Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously this video isn't really a video that I would normally make. It's a pretty gloomy, just like sad day outside, so I don't think I'll be working today with any horses, so I figured I would film something like this. I don't really know, maybe it'll help you guys get to know me a little better or something, I don't know. I also want to apologize about like the junk all over the place, you can probably tell. One, we have a lot of Christmas presents in here, as you guys know, the holidays are coming up, so we got a lot of storage in here. Also, this is a storage room, so we just have some random stuff in here. I'm only filming in here because this was like the best window I could find for good lighting, so yeah. And I just had that lamp on because it was like oddly dark in here. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my full riding story. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm that interesting, but I'm just going to talk to you guys about where I started. I'm 16 right now, soon to be 17, so yeah, I guess let's just get started. You guys know my horses Soccer, Sugar, and BB. Those are my current horses when I'm making this video, so you guys know them and have seen them in plenty of vlogs and videos and stuff like that. And I got Soccer and Sugar, let's see, I got them the winter of 2006, I think. It was 2006 or 2007, one of those years, and my dad bought them for me for Christmas, I think. It was either Christmas or my birthday, because my birthday is like a month away from Christmas. It was one of those. I have trouble remembering back that far, but he bought them for me as a present. I'm sure like all of you horse lovers out there have seen this. This is where it all started for me, is this movie right here, Spirit of the Cimarron Herd. It's a Disney movie, right? I don't know. It's a DreamWorks movie, but I got this movie when I was very young, like 3 or 4, and like instantly this movie is what just like made me love horses. I watched this movie like every single day. I would run around the house on 4 legs pretending to be, you know, Spirit here. And it just all started from there. I just watched this movie all the time, and this is what I wanted to do. So it was like destined, I guess. But that's just like where it all started. I always had a love for horses. I always wanted to be a horse. Just be around horses, the animals, I've always been an animal person. So when I was like 6 or 7, after my parents got divorced, my dad got me Soccer and Sugar as a present for Christmas, I think. And originally we were only going to buy Soccer because Soccer was older gelding, very mellow, had some training, which really, no, not at all. So we were originally only going to buy him, and my dad, being a first-time horse buyer, whatever, really didn't like know how to buy horses, didn't know what to look for when buying horses. So he kind of got suckered into just buying Sugar as well. Sugar wasn't very expensive, she was only like $300 or something. But to go along with him not knowing what to look for in buying horses, when we brought Soccer and Sugar home, the people had told us, you know, Soccer was broke, he was great for kids, like, could do whatever we wanted, like, he was just dead broke. Brought him home, and, like, he didn't know anything. Like, my dad, not a horse guy, so he did a little stuff, he, like, would saddle him and whatnot, but one of my friends, we'll call her Maria, my dad's friend Maria, she has been around horses her whole life, so he was like, hey, you should come help us with these new horses we got. So she came out and, you know, got on Soccer, whatever. Soccer didn't know shit. He was like rearing, so confused, like he didn't know anything. And Sugar, they had told us she didn't know anything, which she didn't. And at this point, like, my dad was so frustrated because and this was an older guy that sold him to us, why would an old guy sell a horse to people knowing that children are going to be around him, or that a child's going to be riding this horse, telling us like he's dead broke, he knows everything, like he's a great horse, when they don't know anything. Like, I could have gotten seriously hurt or killed if I would have just tried to get on soccer and like giddy on up and whatever. So my dad obviously was really mad. We got them, we live in Iowa, we got them in Illinois, so it was like, whatever, we're stuck with them now, so we weren't gonna like take them back or anything. And yeah, so for the longest time, I didn't do anything with Soccer and Sugar. They were just pasture pets. They were my, you know, pets. They were just hung out, you know, that was it. We didn't do anything with them. And it wasn't, I mean, I always watched horse movies, was like hanging out with Maria. Maria gave me some lessons here and there on her horses and stuff like that. But I mean, I was only like 7, 8 years old. I didn't know anything. So I was always involved in Girl Scouts, and in about 4th grade, I was like 9. Our Girl Scout group went horseback riding at this horse ranch. And this horse ranch was not very far from where I live. And it was like, how did I not know about this? How did I not know about this ranch? Like, I love horses, and there's like a horse ranch here in my town. I never knew about it. So we went trail riding there, and it was so fun. It was awesome. And that's what actually got me started into working there. We went trail riding at the ranch, and then they also had a girls' summer horse camp. So my mom was taking me to camp there every year. And that's kind of what helped me jumpstart and learn a lot more, was grooming and saddling and just riding time. Because at like 8 years old, that's really just what I needed, was time in the saddle and building confidence and whatever. So that's what got me started working there. Once I got like 11, I want to say, I started going out there on the weekends. They run the trail riding business, obviously. And I started going there on the weekends, just helping out, like saddling and stuff, because I was just 11. I couldn't really do a lot. And after a couple summers, they were more comfortable with me, knew my skills and whatever. So I worked my way up from like groomer to, I was mounting people. These are public people, by the way, who have never like ridden or anything, that come out to ride. So I was helping them, mounting them on the horse, showing them their cues, how to rein, stuff like that. And then eventually I was trail guiding, and I was taking people out on the rides. So I worked there for a long time, probably like 5 or 6 years, I want to say I worked there, and it was really fun. I loved it. I was there every single weekend. Obviously, like at that age, I had nothing to do with my life, so I was there all the time, every weekend. I didn't have to pay for my rides either, because I was kind of just like a regular. I was like an employee, but actually this ranch is run by volunteers, regular volunteers. So I wasn't getting paid there. I was just there every weekend having a good time with horses and getting experience and just taking people out on rides. I got to keep my tips. But yeah, I was there all the time, and it was just kind of like I don't really know, an escape for me, I guess. Just a place to have a good time and stuff, since my horses weren't trained. So I want to say around 11 years old is when I started really training my horses. I was hanging out with Maria a lot, so I was learning stuff from her, how to just start my horses with lunging and sacking them out and stuff like that. Basic things that I could do at home, saddling them like Sugar. Maria worked with her a little bit with me, and we saddled her and stuff, started lunging her. Sugar was terrified of plastic bags and of fly spray. I've never seen a horse so afraid of fly spray, but Sugar was horrified of it. Even to this day, she still gets like nervous when I fly spray her. So those are things that I could do at home with her and just work on. So after that, like, I just started working with them more and more on my own. Around like, I want to say 12, I discovered YouTube and all the glorious information that's on YouTube, and I found Rick Gore here on YouTube. It's Think Like a Horse is his channel. I found him, and I was like blown away, like, by all this information he had on his channel. And I watched just all kinds of his videos, all of them. Well, not all of them, but you know, I was just watching video after video, and I was like, what? I was like so opened up to this world of not using bits, because this whole time me riding horses, you know, the ranch used bits on all their horses, Maria used bits on hers, and I was just like, what? I never even, like, natural horsemanship was just, like, brought up to me, like, what? I didn't know this was a thing. So I was just watching all his videos and learning. I learned so much from Rick Gora, you guys. You have no idea. I still watch his videos all the time. But that's where I really got a lot of information and a lot of training techniques. And I really started to just jump in with training my horses because no one in my family does horses. Like, I live in Iowa where everyone's just a freaking hog or cattle farmer. Like, yeah, no one in my family does horses. So Maria, the ranch, and YouTube were the big sources where I could get information on how to train and start horses. And so that's where it really started. I just jumped in, started training my horses, doing this, doing that. Of course, I did a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have done. It was kind of just like trial and error. Obviously, when you're young, you have to trial and error and see what works best for your horses. And yeah, that's where I just started doing it. And I want to say around 8th grade, when I was watching all Rick's videos, I was hanging out with Maria a lot, trail riding with her. I started to spend less time at the ranch, and I really wasn't going out a lot, just because, like, as I was learning and training and growing with horses, I noticed a lot of things at the ranch that I didn't agree with anymore. I noticed a lot of things that I thought, like, what are you doing? Like, some of the volunteers there, I just noticed really don't know what they're doing and don't know how to ride horses. And at this point, the owner was getting frustrated with me, which was another big reason why I left. She was like, why aren't you coming out anymore? Like, we need your help, we need you, this and that. And, like, you need to be here on the weekends. And I was like, sorry, but this isn't paid. I'm just here to have fun. Like, you guys aren't paying me. I don't have to be here. And I started to just disagree with a lot of things that I saw were going on there, and it just wasn't fun anymore for me. It just wasn't fun. Like, the horses had a lot of problems. They were very pushy horses. They were, you know, pinned to their ears all the time. At, like, mounting and saddling and stuff, and they were very disrespectful. I remember one time I was out there and one of their horses was tied up, and one of the employees was just standing there talking to people, and the horse was just moved and swung her butt around, smacked the girl in the back, and almost, like, knocked her over. And I was like, if that were me, I would be smacking her on the ass and correcting that. And even, I go out there like once a year now, and even still, I notice a lot of problems that these horses have, and they just, instead of fixing the problems, the ranch just kind of stops riding them. Or they're only guide horses, like only the employees ride them. They're not public people horses. And it just started to really bother me that they weren't fixing these problems, or that they didn't know how to fix the problems, or they weren't really training their horses. I personally don't feel like any of the horses are really trained there. The horses know how to walk on the trail, go straight, and follow the other horses. Like, I don't feel like you couldn't take those horses in a parade. You couldn't ride them off away from the herd by themselves. Like, they're just not really trained. They're scared of everything, like scared of bags. One of the girls broke their arm there once. She had like a bright orange cast. Some of the horses were scared of that, so she had to like put it behind her back when she'd go near them. I was like, just noticing all this stuff, these problems, and I was like, why aren't they fixing this? Like, it just became hard to go there every weekend and see the horses have all these problems and I'm not able to fix them. Because if I were to try and like fix the problems or work with the horses, the owner would have gotten like really mad and told me like, they're our horses, we'll do what we want. I've been around horses for like 50 years. So it was just like a big dilemma, and I just stopped spending time there. And I like all the people there. They're great people, but just their ideals on horse training and whatnot, I just didn't agree with. And yeah, it just wasn't a fun place anymore. And they actually lost like 5 girls that year that I left. I was probably the least dramatic to leave, but they had some pretty, yeah, the girls were not happy there anymore. So yeah, they have just a bunch of like 14-year-old girls that work there. So it just wasn't a fun thing to do anymore. You know, I was probably 14, like going into high school, and I was starting to look for a job. And that was what the irritating part was that the owner of the ranch was like, you need to be here, we need help, we got to get these rides going. And I was like, maybe if you start paying me $5 an hour, I'll be there and you could like appreciate my work. But yeah, it's not paid, and they've never paid their employees, and they're not going to start now. So I just had to like find something else. I needed to get out and train horses and get experience. And the thing that really bothered me was that she was so angry that people were leaving. But in my mind, I needed more than trail riding. Like, this is a trail riding place, that's all they really do. And the girls there have been just trail riding their whole lives. And I was like, I want more than that. I just needed more. And the ranch wasn't giving me that. I needed more experience training horses. I didn't want to just ride the same trails my whole life. And if that works for those girls there, that's fine. That's great if that's what you like to do. But I wanted more than that. And so that's when I started like getting out training horses. I think the year after that, I bought Luna. And I've posted a few videos of her on here already. Luna was the paint mare that I trained. I had her for a summer, and I was training her and broke her out and resold her. And yeah, I guess that's where I am now. I'm just training and working with other horses for people, and yeah, working with my own horses. I have BB now, and yeah, here we are. So after all this time, all the work I was doing with my horses in the meantime, and now they're great horses. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I will never sell Sugar. I love her to death. She's my baby. So that's where we are, I guess. And right now I'm just seeing where the world takes me, where the horse world takes me. I would love to go to, well, I don't want to say go to school for it, but like I would love to take a college program one day, an equine program, just to get more experience, like I said, to try new things, to experience different training methods. For me, I really do feel like the point of it's just a piece of paper really is true. I mean, I don't feel like I have to go to school for it to train horses, but I would like to, just again for more opportunities. I definitely don't think if you didn't go to school for it, you're not a good trainer. That's totally not true. There are so many people who have been around horses their whole lives that are horrible at training horses, and there's so many people that, you know, have just jumped in or have been working their way up that are great trainers that don't have to go to college for it. I definitely don't think age matters at all. I hate the stereotype that I've been around horses for 50 years, I know what I'm doing, because I've met several people who have been around horses their whole lives that still just don't know what they're doing. So yeah, if you made it this far in the video, give it a thumbs up. I know I've been talking forever, and yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. That's where I am in my life at this point. So hopefully it'll take me farther, and I'm excited for what the future has for me. And for my future goals, really, after college, I want to go to college for an equine program, a business program, and I would love to have my own farm with my horses there one day. I really don't enjoy boarding my horses somewhere else. I would rather have them like here on my farm, on my property. And one day I would like to do a business similar to what the ranch does. They are a trail riding business. I'd love to do trails, but I would also love to do lessons and things like that, and training horses. My big thing one day is that I want to rescue horses from sale barns, rehabilitate them, and resell them to good homes. That would make my heart so happy. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. That's all I got for today, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!